Hello everyone. You have just listened the sound of this Technics SU-Z11, an early 80s integrated amplifier with clean 25-watt channels, a proper moving magnet phono stage, and a full tape monitor loop for classic dubbing or external processors. Front panel tour. Left to right, a power switch and speaker. Selectors for main and remote pairs, a central input selector for phono, tuner, and auxiliary. There's a dedicated tape monitor switch to flip between source and tape plus tape 1/tape 2 selection. You also get a record mode switch, source or dubbing, and a dubbing direction control for 1 to 2 or 2 to 1 cassette copying. A loudness on and off switch is included. To the right, volume balance, bass and treble tone controls, and a full-size 6.3 mm headphone jack. Rear panel layout. On the back you will find RCA inputs for phono, tuner and auxiliary. There are two full tape loops, tape 1 and tape 2, each with play, in and record, out, enabling real-time monitoring and deck-to-deck dubbing, and a DIN tape connector. Speaker terminals are split into main and remote pairs, rated for 4 to 16 ohms. A rear ground post is provided for your turntable. Core specs. Rated output 25 watts per channel into 8 ohms across 20 Hz to 20 kHz with 0.04%. Total harmonic distortion at rated power. Line level sensitivity is about 150 millivolts. Moving magnet phono input sensitivity is around 2.5 millivolts. Signal to noise is roughly 97 decibels online and 80 decibels on phono, with channel separation online around 50 decibels. Dimensions are approximately 430 by 86 by 288 millimeters, weight about 5.1 kilograms. Circuit topology. Internally, the SU-Z11 uses a straightforward linear power supply, feeding discrete small signal stages with an integrated tone control AC in the preamp section, driving the power amp. Protection circuits and source and tape switching are implemented via a compact matrix of front panel switches. It's a simple, serviceable design that keeps signal paths short and controls intuitive. Setup and use. For vinyl, connect your turntable to phono and attach the ground wire to the ground post to minimize hum. Digital sources or CD players go into auxiliary or tuner. Their standard line level. If you run an external processor or equalizer, put it on tape 1 or tape 2 and engage tape monitor to audition the processed signal. If you are only driving one pair of speakers, select main. If adding a second pair, mind the total load and avoid running two low impedance pairs simultaneously. Performance expectations. With 25 clean watts and a damping factor near 40, the presentation is neutral with that crisp Technics character, tight enough bass for the small to medium rooms, a clear mid-range, and smooth, non-fatiguing highs at typical listening levels. The built-in phono stage has sensible gain for most moving magnet cartridges. For moving coil, you'll need an external step-up or dedicated preamp. Line level noise is effectively inaudible at the listening position. On phono, expect only a trace of hiss at very high volumes. System pairing and error context. Launched in the early 1980s, the SU-Z11 was often sold alongside the ST-Z11 tuner and matching Technics decks as a compact, affordable hi-fi stack. It pairs well with sensitive bookshelf speakers from the period or modern designs in the 86 to 90 decibels or watt range, especially in small to medium rooms where the 25 watt output stretches comfortably. If you want a compact vintage integrated with a genuine phono stage, full tape facilities, The Technics SU-Z11 is a tidy, period-correct choice that's easy to rack and pleasant to live with. Test chain and context. For this demo, I ran the Technics SU-Z11 into Tannoy Reveal speakers, feeding it with a NAT 5420 CD player. The session was open air in my back garden, so you are hearing the amp and speakers with virtually no room gain and minimal reflections. Expect leaner bass than indoors, but super clean mids and imaging. Levels were level matched at the listening spot recorded with two condenser microphones. I hope you like this video and do not forget to tell me your experience with integrated amplifier of the 80s. Greetings from the Netherlands.